Indonesia and the Prabowo Subianto has set a very ambitious goal of 8%. He wants to at least try to approach 8% growth for Indonesia to make sure he can meet those long-term development goals. But there is a concern that perhaps there are risks towards going after growth too quickly and perhaps risks of overheating Southeast Asia's largest economy. What is the business sector or business community's view on this 8% target? Is it achievable at a sense without raising the risk of possible overheating, sir?
Thank you for the question, JP. First of all, we believe it is possible, but in stages. If we look at our economic structure from the national budget, I would say about 60% is coming from domestic consumption and also government spending. Now, just in those two alone, we believe 5% is achievable, because Indonesia is a country of 285 million with a lot of buying power, which can increase over time. Just quickly on that, in the last 20 years, the GDP has grown from a little bit over 1,000 to a little bit over 5,000, 20 years, right? Now, the whole idea is to keep continuing the growth so that in 20 years we can be at $25,000 per capita. But buying power is very important, and domestic consumption is strong. And also the government spending, and with the first and the most important speech in the Prabowo's inauguration is to eradicate corruption. If you can eradicate corruption, you can certainly have efficiency in the national budget. So the government spending, whether this is for schools, whether that's for hospital, sufficiency of nutritious food to the people, I think this will definitely move the needle to go to the 5%. Now, to go to the 8%, we have to build trust in the investment community. FDI is very important. Domestic direct investment is very important, especially if those investments are smart investments with value additions that later on we can export the products, right? So you mentioned a little bit about the downstreaming. I think in the past of critical minerals, that's just one example. But the downstreaming of also agriculture is another example that can be good for food and also energy. So I think those type of investments can bring from 5% to 8%. And it has been done in the past also, especially during Pak Suharto era, that kind of growth is achievable in stages. And I think the government and the public sector is willing to work together to get there.
Mr. Bakrie, I hope you don't mind me asking, but Antara News recently, just last month, said that there was going to be a national convention that Kadin was going to hold to determine leadership after the elections. And of course, this is after there were news reports about uncertainties and perhaps friction between yourself and previous Kadin chair, Arshad Rashid. Where are we right now with the national convention, and what is the relationship within the business community in Indonesia, given that there was that uncertainty that seems to have been smoothened out at the end of September?
Yeah, I think so, JP. And I think the most important thing, if you look at Kadin is determined by law. And there are two things that's important in Kadin. Number one, it is the business organization holding that oversee all the business associations and also the Kadin or the chamber in the regions. And there are 38 provinces today and over 500 regencies. And therefore, it can be the a partner of the government to empower the economy. And number two, it is a strategic partner of the government. So we see that now with the new government of Prabowo, Kadin can be strategic partner to ensure all the things that we just discussed, which is trying to get the growth to 8%. And for example, next month, JP, we're going with the president to go to APEC in Lima, Peru, as well as the G20 in Rio. And this is very important for Indonesia to show that we are not only the big brother of ASEAN, but also the only member of the G20 from Southeast Asia. And in APEC, we can be also a contributing partner as a Global South leader. And having said that, also just earlier this month, JP, we were in Laos. We were supporting the government already pretty much for the ASEAN in ASEAN Business Advisory Council. So now, JP, everybody is ready to go to work, and we have a lot of work in front of us. The world is not in a easy condition, and we're ready to support.